Welcome! So today, we're going to talk about something pretty cool, a way to speed up personal growth by mashing up ancient texts with modern AI. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a combo that might totally change the way you think about transformation. But first, let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt, well, stuck? Like you're doing all the things, you're reading, you're reflecting, you're trying to grow, but the progress just feels so slow, almost like it's not even happening. It's super frustrating, right? Well, what if the secret to speeding things up wasn't about trying harder, but about changing how we read and understand these foundational texts in the first place?
Okay, so the key to all of this, the big idea, is something called high-fidelity reading. And really, it's all about moving from guesswork and kinda sorta interpretations to something that's crystal clear and actually gets back to what the author was trying to say.
This quote right here, it pretty much lays out the whole roadmap. It says that high-fidelity reading gives you something clearer to see. And when you see clearly, what happens? You trust more deeply. And when you trust, you're inspired to actually do something. That cycle, see, trust, practice, that's the magic formula. That's what accelerates the whole process. It all starts with clarity.
So what is high-fidelity reading, really? Okay, imagine you're tuning an old radio. You know how you can get a station that's all fuzzy and full of static? You can kind of make out the song, but it's not great. High-fidelity reading is like dialing that knob just right until the signal locks in and suddenly the music is perfectly clear, exactly as it was meant to be heard. That's what we're doing here, using the original languages, the grammar, the exact word choices to tune out all the static of our own assumptions and just hear the message loud and clear. Okay, so that sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, this isn't just some vague concept. It's a real, practical, 5-step cycle where each step builds on the last. Let's break it down. So here it is, the whole cycle. First, you observe, then you understand. From there, you believe, then you practice, and all of that leads to renewal. See how that flows? Each one leads right into the next, creating this awesome feedback loop. Let's look at each one up close.
All right, step 1. Observe. This is the foundation, and it's so important. The big shift here is that you stop asking, what does this mean to me? And instead, you're just looking at the raw data, the original words, the grammar, how the sentences are built. It's all about seeing what's actually on the page before you start layering your own ideas on top of it. It keeps you honest, you know?
And when you observe clearly like that, it naturally leads to step 2, a much more precise understanding. Suddenly, because you see how all the pieces fit together, the sentence structure, the original meaning of the words, your grasp of the message gets super specific. You're moving past just a vague, fuzzy feeling, and you're actually zeroing in on exactly what the author was trying to get across.
Now, step 3, believe. This is where it really hits home. And we're not talking about wishful thinking or just, positive vibes. This is a solid, confident trust in the specific meaning you just worked so hard to uncover. It's that moment where you go from, I guess this could mean to, okay, I get it. This is what it actually says. It's a belief that's grounded in something real.
Of course, understanding and belief are great, but if they just stay in your head, what's the point? That brings us to step 4, practice. This is all about embodiment. It's about taking those clear ideas from the text and letting them actually guide your actions, today. It's about moving from your head to your hands and feet. The real way to receive the word is to actually do it.
And finally, step 5, renew. This is the big payoff. When you keep running through this cycle, that super clear truth you're working with starts to literally rewire your brain. I mean, think about it. Just like lifting weights builds muscle, repeating this mental and spiritual workout actually reshapes your internal thought patterns. It reforms your mental maps. And that's genuine, lasting change. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. That whole process sounds intense. And you're right, historically it was. Just mastering the first 2 steps, observe and understand, could take years and years of super specialized study. But, and this is the really cool part, this is where the modern twist comes in. Technology, and specifically AI, can now be your personal research assistant, and it can slash the time it takes to do the hardest parts of this cycle.
I mean, just look at this. On the left, you've got the old way. It's slow, it's manual, a ton of friction. You're literally hunting through dictionaries, flipping through giant books to find cross-references. It takes forever. But on the right, that's the AI-assisted way. You get instant analysis. It can tell you the root of a word in a second. That's a lemma check.
It can spot patterns across the entire text, instantly. It can even show you a few different ways a sentence could be structured. It just removes all that friction. So let's get specific. How can something like ChatGPT actually help with our 5-step cycle? Well, for the observe step, it gives you a way faster first look at the text. For understand, it can pull up all those cross-references for you. As you get to believe, it can give you different readings to help you think through tricky parts. It can even help you turn what you've learned into a prayer for the practice step, or spit out quick summaries to help you remember things, which boost the renewal part. It's seriously like having a linguistics expert in your pocket 24/7.
Okay, so let's pull all this together. What's the bottom line? Why does this whole mashup of ancient wisdom and modern tech actually matter for you right now?
It's actually really simple, but it's also profound. When you use AI to get rid of all that tedious work in the first couple of steps, it means you can go through the entire 5-step cycle way more often. And not just more often, but with better accuracy every single time.
And that, right there, is the whole point. That's the engine of change. The repetition of accurate, high-fidelity truth, that is what drives faster renewal. Look, it's not a magic button, but it's an incredibly powerful tool that lets you run through this proven cycle over and over again more effectively than ever before.
So that leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? In this world of constant distraction, is it possible that technology, if we use it thoughtfully, could actually be the key to unlocking the power of this ancient wisdom for all of us? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us.